My name is Lena. When I was younger, I always wanted more. I wanted people to notice me. I wanted respect, praise, and success. I wanted a life that looked perfect, but nothing I had was ever enough. I had good parents. They cared for me and gave me a safe home. I had friends who were loyal and kind. I had talents, things I could be proud of. But I did not see these things. I only saw what I did not have. Every day, I thought about what I wanted next. I wanted more attention, more success, more recognition. I compared myself to others and felt that I was always behind. I wanted to be admired, to feel special, and to have what I thought would make me happy. At work or at school, I tried hard, but I always wanted faster results. I wanted people to notice my efforts immediately. When things did not go my way, I felt angry and frustrated. I blamed others for my failures. I forgot to be thankful for the support and guidance I already had. Even at home, I did not feel satisfied. I saw my parents working hard every day and my friends caring for me, but I rarely felt gratitude. I thought, I deserve more. I want more. I ignored what I already had and focused only on what I lacked. Sometimes I felt jealous of people around me. I saw them achieve things I wanted and felt that life was unfair. I wanted their success, their praise, and their attention. I thought that if I could get what they had, I would finally be happy. But deep down, I was lonely. I wanted love, recognition, and happiness, yet I ignored the love and support already in my life. I wanted more and more, without seeing the value of what I already had. This was the beginning of my story. I was a woman chasing more success, more admiration, more recognition. I did not see that true happiness does not come only from getting more. I did not understand that being ungrateful can hurt the people who care about you. Part 2. First hurdle. I wanted respect, praise, and recognition for my work. I thought that if I could reach my dream quickly, I would finally feel happy. I wanted more than I had. I wanted to be admired. One day, an important opportunity came at work. It was a project that could bring attention and praise. I felt excited and full of hope. I thought, this is my chance. I will show everyone how good I am. I worked hard. I stayed late at the office. I tried to make everything perfect. I wanted the project to be a success, and I wanted everyone to notice me. But when the results came, I did not succeed. Someone else was chosen for the project. I felt shocked, angry, and disappointed. I thought, this is not fair. Why did this happen to me? I blamed my colleagues. I blamed my manager. I blamed the situation. I forgot that my colleagues had helped me and that my manager had given me good advice. I only saw what I had lost. I forgot to see the help and support I had already received. At home, I could not stop thinking about it. I felt frustrated and bitter. I kept asking myself, why does this always happen to me? Why do I never get what I want? I compared myself to the person who got the project. I felt small and invisible. I forgot about my small successes. I forgot about all the things I had done well in the past. My friends noticed my mood. They tried to encourage me. They said, it's okay. You will have another chance. You are talented. But I did not listen. I only wanted the big success. I wanted recognition. I wanted people to see me as the best. I did not feel grateful for their support or for the small wins I had. For the first time, I felt really frustrated with myself too. I realized I wanted more than I could have right now. I wanted the result without waiting. I wanted people to admire me without effort. I wanted everything immediately. But the project showed me that life does not work like that. Life does not give us everything we want immediately. Sometimes it gives us failure. Sometimes it teaches us lessons. Even though I was angry and ungrateful, I started to think quietly. Maybe this is not just about failing. Maybe I need to see what I already have. Maybe success takes time and patience. I did not have all the answers yet. I only knew that my first big failure had shown me that life would not give me everything easily. That day, I realized that wanting more is natural, but wanting too much, too fast, and without gratitude can make life difficult. I understood that I had a choice. I could keep blaming others, or I could learn. I did not know how to learn yet, but the first hurdle had begun to teach me something important. Part 3. The Tempting Shortcut. After the first failure, I felt frustrated and restless. I wanted success, recognition, and admiration more than ever. I wanted to prove that I could do it. I thought about the project I lost and how unfair it felt. I wanted a way to fix it quickly, without more waiting or effort. One afternoon, I heard about an easy way to get ahead. Some colleagues were using a trick to make their work look better. They copied ideas from others and presented them as their own. They got praise and recognition fast. I felt a mix of curiosity and temptation. I thought, if they can do it, maybe I can too. This could be my chance to succeed quickly. I knew it was wrong. I knew it could hurt people, but I told myself, I deserve this. I worked hard. I won this. Life has been unfair to me. I need to catch up. I convinced myself that it was only a small shortcut. I would not hurt anyone. I would get what I wanted. The next day, I tried it. I copied some ideas and made them look like my own. I worked carefully so no one would notice. For a moment, I felt excited. I thought, finally, I am doing something to get ahead. This will work. People will notice me. I will be admired. At first, it seemed to go well. Some colleagues praised me quietly. I felt proud and a little guilty at the same time. I tried to ignore the guilt. I focused on the praise and the attention. I told myself I was smart for finding a way to succeed quickly. But soon, things began to fall apart. One colleague noticed that I had copied their work. They were upset. My manager found out too. I felt a sudden wave of fear. I had tried to take a shortcut, and now it was backfiring. People I depended on were disappointed. Some were angry. Some stopped talking to me. The trust I had built was broken. I felt alone. I felt ashamed. I thought, I wanted success, and now I have only failure. I wanted admiration, and now I have anger and disappointment. I realized I had hurt the people who trusted me. I realized that the shortcut I took was not smart at all. It had only made things worse. That night, I could not sleep. I thought about my actions. I wanted so badly to succeed that I had ignored honesty, respect, and gratitude. I wanted so badly to be admired that I had risked my relationships. I started to understand that life does not reward selfishness, Life does not reward shortcuts. I still wanted success, but I knew it could not come this way. I had to find another path, one that required effort, patience, and honesty. I had to earn recognition without hurting others. I had to learn that real achievement is not just about getting what I want, but about how I get it. That day, I learned a hard lesson. I had been tempted by a shortcut, but it taught me more than success ever could. I realized that desire alone is not enough. I needed values, patience, and effort. I needed to be someone who earns respect, not just someone who takes what looks easy. Part 4. Consequence strikes. The next day at work, everything felt heavy. I could see the disappointment in people's eyes. My colleagues whispered. My manager looked at me with concern and frustration. I realized that my shortcut had hurt not only me, but everyone around me. I had wanted to succeed quickly, but now I had lost more than just a project. I had lost trust. I had lost respect. I had lost the chance to work freely with people who had always supported me. The praise I thought I would get had disappeared, replaced by doubt and tension. I felt ashamed. I could not meet anyone's eyes. I thought I wanted recognition. I wanted admiration. And now I have only failure and disappointment. I wanted success. And now I am losing the people I need. I knew I had made a serious mistake. Some colleagues avoided me. Others were polite but distant. I could feel the disappointment in my manager's voice when he spoke to me. Even my friends at work seemed quieter. I wanted to explain myself, but I was too embarrassed. I knew that words would not fix the broken trust immediately. At home, I felt the weight of my actions. I had thought about success all day, but now I thought about the people I had hurt. I realized that I had ignored relationships for my own selfish desire. I had thought only about myself, not about honesty or care. I had wanted a shortcut, and it had cost me more than I imagined. I could not sleep that night. I kept thinking about my actions and their consequences. I thought about the first failure and how I had reacted with anger. Then I thought about the shortcut I had taken, believing it would solve everything. Now I understood the full impact. My actions had created problems I could not solve with another shortcut. I had to face them honestly. I began to understand something important. Life does not reward shortcuts or selfishness. Life gives us lessons, and sometimes those lessons are painful. I had learned that taking what looks easy can destroy the very things we need to succeed: trust, respect, and good relationships. I still wanted to succeed. I still wanted recognition. But I realized that I could not get these things without effort, honesty, and patience. I had to rebuild what I had broken. I had to earn trust again. I had to work honestly and carefully, even if it took longer than I wanted. That day, I felt small, but I also felt the first stirrings of understanding. I had faced the consequences of my actions. I had lost something valuable, and I knew I had a choice: continue chasing easy success or start learning the real way to achieve my goals. For the first time, I thought about patience, honesty, and gratitude. I realized that my desire alone was not enough. My desire could guide me, but only if I paired it with effort, care, and respect. The consequences had hit me hard, but they were also teaching me an important lesson about life. Part 5. Small opportunities. After feeling alone for many days, I started to notice small chances in my life. Life gave me little opportunities to do something meaningful. At first, I ignored them. I thought they were not important. I thought only big successes would make me happy. One day, my manager asked me to help a new colleague. He was nervous and did not know the office well. At first, I thought, why me? I want bigger work, not small tasks. But then I remembered the feeling of being alone and unsupported. I thought, maybe I can help him. Maybe it will feel good to do something small but honest. I decided to help him. I showed him how to use the computer system. I explained our rules and the project we were working on. I listened to his questions and answered carefully. He smiled and thanked me. It was a small thing, but I felt a small happiness inside me. I felt useful. I felt that I could do something good without shortcuts. After that, I looked for more small opportunities. I helped a colleague prepare a report. I stayed a few extra minutes to organize files. I even shared ideas in meetings without expecting immediate praise. Each small action gave me a feeling of pride and satisfaction. I realized that small efforts can make a big difference over time. I also started to see my own progress. I noticed that helping others made me feel less alone. I noticed that I was learning patience and responsibility. I noticed that people started to look at me differently. My colleagues smiled at me. They asked for my help. I felt that trust could be rebuilt slowly, step by step. At home, I also tried small acts of care. I helped my parents with cooking and cleaning. I listened more to my friends. I thanked them for support and kindness. These small acts made me feel connected. I started to understand that life is not only about big successes. Life is about small efforts, honesty, and care for others. Each small opportunity taught me something new. I learned that effort, even small, is better than shortcuts. I learned that patience is important. I learned that gratitude can change the way we see life. I began to feel proud of myself for the first time in a long time. I still wanted success and recognition, but now I understood that it could not come without work and honesty. I understood that small, honest steps are the foundation for bigger achievements. I realized that helping others and doing my best in every little task is more valuable than any shortcut or easy win. Slowly, I began to change. I was learning to appreciate life, even the small moments. I was learning to be patient, responsible, and kind. I was learning that happiness is not only in big successes, but also in small, meaningful actions. Part 6. Mentorship. After I started taking small opportunities seriously, I met someone who helped me even more. It was my neighbor, Mrs. K. She noticed my struggle and offered gentle advice. I was hesitant at first, but I decided to listen. Mrs. K said, "Lena, life is not only about success. Success is important, but how you reach it matters more. You need patience, honesty, and care. These qualities will help you grow, and people will respect you." I thought about her words. I wanted success so badly that I had forgotten honesty and patience. Her advice was simple, but it felt powerful. She shared her own experiences. She told me how she had once wanted quick results in her work and had made mistakes. She said she learned that shortcuts bring only temporary gain and often hurt others. She told me that real growth comes from small, careful steps and from being grateful for what you have. I listened and felt a change in my heart. I started to think differently. I wanted recognition, but I realized I also wanted to be a better person. I wanted people to trust me and respect me. I wanted to feel proud of my effort, not just the result. Mrs. K helped me understand that my actions affect not only me but also the people around me. At work, I tried to follow her advice. I listened more to my colleagues. I offered help when I could. I worked honestly on tasks. Even if they were small, I started to feel a sense of satisfaction that I had never felt before. Small successes began to feel meaningful. I noticed that people began to trust me again. They smiled at me. They asked for my opinion. I realized that respect and trust grow slowly through effort and honesty. Mrs. K also taught me about gratitude. She said, "Always notice what you already have, Lena. Notice the help, the support, and the love around you. Gratitude will guide you to happiness." I thought about my family, my friends, and my colleagues. I realized that I had ignored them in my desire for more. I started to say thank you more often. I started to appreciate small acts of kindness. Through her guidance, I began to understand that success is not only about winning or being admired. Success is also about who you become in the process. It is about effort, patience, and caring for others. I began to see that life rewards not only results but also values. Mrs. K's words stayed with me. I felt hope for the first time in months. I still wanted success and recognition, but now I understood that the path mattered. I understood that shortcuts could never bring real happiness. I understood that guidance, effort, and gratitude were keys to true growth. I was learning to change. I was learning to be patient, honest, and responsible. I was learning to value people and relationships as much as my own goals. And I felt that, finally, I was on the right path. Part 7. Genuine Effort. After talking with Mrs. K, I decided to change the way I worked and lived. I wanted success, but now I wanted it the right way. I wanted to work honestly and put in real effort. I wanted people to trust me again. I started small, every day. I tried to do my best in every task, no matter how small it seemed. I organized my work carefully. I checked my mistakes. I asked for advice when I needed it. I did not try to take shortcuts anymore. Even when work was difficult, I kept going. I learned to be patient. At first, it was not easy. Sometimes I wanted to quit or find an easy way. But I remembered Mrs. K's words, "Effort and honesty matter more than quick results." I tried to follow her advice. I focused on my work, my colleagues, and my own growth. Slowly, things began to change. I noticed small wins. My manager complimented me on my careful work. A colleague thanked me for helping on a project. These were small successes, but they felt real. I felt proud of my effort. I realized that genuine effort gives happiness that shortcuts cannot give. I also noticed changes in myself. I felt more confident. I felt more patient. I felt more responsible. I listened to others more. I helped without expecting immediate praise. I started to feel that my relationships at work were stronger. I noticed that trust could return, slowly but surely. At home, I applied the same effort. I helped my parents without being asked. I spent time with my friends. I listened to their problems and offered support. I started to say thank you more often. I learned to appreciate even small kindnesses. Through genuine effort, I realized that life is not only about reaching goals quickly. Life is about how we reach them. It is about honesty, patience, and care. It is about learning from mistakes and building trust with others. I still wanted recognition and success, but now it was different. I wanted them because I had worked for them honestly. I wanted them because I had grown as a person. I wanted them because I had learned to value effort, not shortcuts. Every small achievement gave me hope. Every small success reminded me that I could change. I began to enjoy the process, not only the result. I started to understand that happiness and respect come from effort and honesty, not from taking shortcuts or seeking only praise. I felt stronger and more aware. I felt that I could face challenges with patience and care. I was learning that real achievement comes when effort and values meet, and for the first time, I felt that I was moving in the right direction. Looking back, I can see how far I have come. I am no longer the girl who wanted everything without effort. I am someone who works hard, who values honesty, and who appreciates people and opportunities. I am someone who understands that life is about balance. Wanting more is natural, but gratitude, patience, and effort are essential. I still have dreams. I want to succeed in my career. I want to be recognized for my work. I want to feel proud of myself. But now I know that these things are not enough by themselves. I know that the way I reach my goals matters more than the goals themselves. I know that honesty, patience, and respect are more important than shortcuts or easy wins. I remember the days when I was selfish and ungrateful. I blamed others when I failed. I ignored the support of my friends and family. I chased admiration and recognition without thinking about the people around me. I wanted more, but I did not see what I already had. I feel regret for those times, but I also feel grateful for the lessons I learned. Life gave me failures, mistakes, and consequences. These were hard to face, but they taught me more than success ever could. They showed me the value of relationships, the importance of trust, and the power of genuine effort. I learned that shortcuts only bring temporary gain, but honesty and hard work build real respect and long-term success. I also learned the power of gratitude. I now notice and appreciate the people who support me, my family, my friends, my colleagues. I thank them more often. I show care in small ways. These small acts make life richer and more meaningful than any big achievement alone. I understand that happiness grows from appreciation, not just desire. I feel transformed. I am no longer the girl who wanted everything without effort. I am someone who works honestly, who values relationships, and who grows through effort and patience. I still have ambitions, but I now pursue them with care, honesty, and respect for others. Looking back, I realize that all my struggles, failures, and mistakes were part of learning. They guided me to a better path. I learned that life is not only about results, but about the journey. I learned that wanting more is natural, but being grateful, patient, and honest is what truly makes life meaningful. Now here's something for you reading this. Learning English is like life. At first, it feels hard. We make mistakes. We sometimes want to skip steps and get results fast. But real progress comes from practice, patience, and effort. Every word you learn, every sentence you speak, every mistake you correct is a step forward. So, I want to encourage you. Take small steps and do them with care, Appreciate the people who help you. Work honestly, even when it is hard. Be patient with yourself. Mistakes are lessons, not failures. You can change. Just like I did, you can grow stronger, wiser, and happier. Success will come, but the most important reward is the person you become along the way. Keep practicing your English, just like you keep learning in life. Every day, every small effort counts. Believe in yourself. Be grateful. Keep trying. Keep learning. Remember, happiness comes from the journey, not only from the results. Here are some lessons you can learn from this story. Be patient. Success takes time. Rushing can lead to mistakes. Work hard. Genuine effort, even in small steps, brings real growth. Avoid shortcuts. Easy ways may seem smart but can hurt trust and relationships. Be grateful. Appreciate the people and support around you. Learn from mistakes. Failures are lessons, not the end. Value relationships. Trust, respect, and kindness are more important than quick success. Focus on personal growth. True success is not only what you achieve, but who you become while achieving it. And that brings us to the end of this story. If you enjoyed this, please like, share, and subscribe for more.